Okay guys, I did a poll to see what soup you'd like me to make, and this one, it won hands down. So today we're turning a classic Sunday roast into a cosy, comforting soup. Leftover roast chicken and veggies and all the good bits transformed into a warm hearty bowl that tastes just like the roast dinner. You've probably worked out already that whatever you've got left over is what goes in, and you can guarantee that my recipe will be totally different to yours. But I've got some leftover veg there, piece of chicken, and underneath the chicken there's a punnet of old bubble and squeak that I rescued from the freezer. We got some butter and some oil and salt, pepper, chilli and mustard to taste, along with some Worcestershire sauce. Now I'm using two different types of chicken stock for this. One's a stock pot and one's a cube. I'm only going to use 500ml of water with it because I want it to be fairly thick. I don't want it to be a wishy-washy runny soup. So here we go then. It goes without saying that you'll need a fairly large saucepan for this, so pop it on the heat, medium heat, and get a big knob of butter melting. Now grab your vegetables and cut them into spoon-sized pieces. Once again, we do not want great big chunks of vegetables in our soup. We want to be able to put the spoon in the soup, put the spoon in your mouth, without worrying about how big the pieces are. So I've got some broccoli or calabrese, roast potatoes, peas, I'm not going to cut the peas up, carrots and swede. So like I said, just cut them into small pieces. And once the butter's melted, put the vegetables into the pan and get them all coated. We want to fry them off a little bit, get them caramelising. A bit like when you make bubble and squeak. I love bubble and squeak. And this would normally be a bubble and squeak. But I've already got 4 punnets in the freezer, so I don't need any more. Give it all a good stirring to get the butter coating everything. And I gave it a spritz with some vegetable oil as well because there wasn't quite enough butter there. And then it's in with your seasonings. So I'm starting off with 1/4 teaspoon of English mustard powder. I do like this Monty's brand, it's quite nice. It's not quite as harsh as the Coleman's, but it's more of a, I dare I say, a refined taste. A large pinch of black pepper, and about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And somewhere along the way I popped in about 1/4 teaspoon of chilli flakes, but I can't find the footage for that. Right then, this is my super duper top secret ingredient. Tell anybody and I'll have to do away with you. It's bubble and squeak. I make a lot of bubble and squeak. My bubble and squeak's very popular actually. It gets requested at all the family gatherings, including, believe it or not, summer barbecues. So in with a punnet of bubble and squeak. My bubble and squeak has got sage and onion stuffing in it, so it may be worthwhile putting your own stuffing in or just adding a few sage or thyme leaves. A few herbs won't hurt. And next up then we're going to shred the chicken, or as they call it these days, pull the chicken. Used to be called shredded chicken, now it's pulled chicken. A couple of forks back to back makes light work of this. Then in with the chicken stock. Like I said, I'm only using 1/2 litre, 500ml of stock for this. I want it to be quite a thick soup, almost a broth really. In with about 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce and the shredded chicken. Get it all stirred in. And once it comes to the boil, turn down to a simmer, pop the lid on and leave it for 15 to 20 minutes. Ooh. Here we are after 1/4 hour, so it's the obligatory taste test to check for any amendments that are needed. Happy to say none were, so it's time to dish up. Okay then, here we go. Roast chicken soup. Or is it chicken roast soup? That's nice. Get a bit of chicken. There's only one thing missing from this. Brussels sprouts. I think there may have been some sprouts in the bubble and squeak I put in, but they're not predominant. But we got carrots, swede, broccoli, potatoes, roast potatoes, and obviously chicken. and whatever was in the bubble and squeak that went in there as well. Oops. Fantastic. So simple, so quick. I think that's got to be one of the quickest videos I've ever made. Right, and let's get some into the punnets and finish the rest in a second. Just bought some more of these as well. I'm going through them like wildfire. What do you reckon? 3 out of that? Maybe 4. And that's my roast chicken dinner soup. All the flavours of a Sunday roast in one comforting bowl. It's perfect for using up those leftovers, so there's no waste. Even better next day. More cosy recipes coming soon.